Puff pastry. Don't even bother making it yourself. It takes forever, and store-bought is just great. Hi, I'm Garten, and this is store-bought or homemade. Vanilla extract. Okay, I make my own vanilla extract, but store-bought is really good as long as it's pure vanilla extract. Chicken stock. I actually really prefer homemade chicken stock, but if you absolutely have to, just make sure it doesn't have a lot of salt in it. Marinara sauce. Of course, it's always good to make it yourself, but I find Rao's is fantastic, so store-bought's good too. Grated Parmesan. I actually always grate Parmesan myself because when you buy it grated, you have no idea what you're getting. It could be something like Parmesan, and you want the real thing. Jam. Actually, homemade jam is really good, and sometimes it's not hard to make, but store-bought is really good too. So whichever you like is fine. Lemonade. You can buy frozen lemonade and make it yourself, or you can squeeze fresh lemons, which is always better. And it's so easy to make. Ketchup. It's very complicated to make yourself, and store-bought is just fine. I use Heinz. Mayonnaise. It's not so hard to make it yourself, but I don't know. I think Hellmann's in the East and Best in the West is fantastic. Chocolate chip cookies. If you have a really good bakery nearby, you can buy them from a bakery, or you can make them yourself. There's nothing like hot cookies coming out of the oven. It makes the house smell great, and you have fabulous cookies. Nut milk. Store-bought, because I wouldn't have a clue how to make it. Peanut butter. You can make it yourself, of course, but the stuff you buy from the store or a health food store, it's so good, why bother? Puff pastry. Don't even bother making it yourself. It takes forever, and store-bought is just great. It's in the freezer. Soup. It's one of my favorite foods. I love good soup. I always make it myself, but there are a few places you can buy really good homemade soup.
Would you ever buy canned soup?
No.
We are back with Today Food and one of our absolute favorites, Ina Garten. Her 11th cookbook out today. It's called Cook Like a Pro. That's exactly what Ina's going to show us how to do. She's here this morning. You're also going to be here tomorrow morning as well, sharing some easy tips. Our first lesson focused on slicing, chopping, and peeling some of the trickiest foods. I actually have a hard time with this one.
Jalapeno. Well, the jalapeno is really easy to cut, but you have to wash your hands afterwards. So you take off the top. And one of the key things is you want to take out the seeds and the ribs.
Why is that? Because
they're the hottest part of it. And what you want is the flesh that has flavor. So just take it out with a knife. Try and keep your fingers out of the way. And then you can just
That's it.
just julienne and dice it. And I have some already diced here. Don't want to eat that.
Don't
the
eat
most
this.
important part is you want to just be sure that you wipe your hands afterwards.
Right after.
Because
will you show your dicing?
Oh, sure.
I just like to watch a real chef dicing.
So you just julienne it really thinly.
And that's just a regular little chef's knife, right?
It's a Santoku chef's knife. Just you can get it in any good, especially food store.
Make it look
just like that.
Yeah.
Look at that. I've just been doing it a little longer than most. That's all.
That would take me 3
just like
hours.
that.
How many knives do you really need, Ina?
You know what? I think 3 knives. You need a good chef's knife, you need a slicing knife, and you need a paring knife.
That's
you
it.
can do everything. Right. Of course, you can have 62 knives, but and I made ceviche with this, so, which is really good. It's marinated. It's just taste it.
You make it look so easy.
This
You don't have to tell me
first
twice.
thing in the morning.
You don't have to tell me twice.
It's lunchtime
really
for us.
good.
We're up
Yeah,
all
that's
night.
right. You're
Okay,
ready for
I've got
dinner.
peeling
Okay.
garlic. I wouldn't really. I think I usually like
that
smush
is
it or
good.
something.
Isn't that good?
Yeah,
it's
you
really
seem
good. He's shocked.
Yeah.
So garlic. I made chicken marbella. It has a lot of garlic in it.
looks so
So
good.
there are 2 ways to peel garlic. That's really easy. Just take your knife and split this apart.
Okay.
And what you want to do is just smash it with your knife, just like that, and the peel comes right off. But if you want to do a lot of garlic, you blanch it in boiling water for 15 seconds.
Okay.
And then all you have to do is
That just means drop it in the water.
drop it in the water,
Okay, yeah.
and then just the peel comes right off.
Oh, okay.
It's so much easier.
And then you don't smush it either.
No, you don't smush it.
Okay.
How's
Cool.
that?
Well, that's
Then
easy
it's
as
chicken
pumpkin
marbella
pie.
with a little
Are those
garnish
olives?
on top. Oh, that looks good.
chicken.
Yes.
Really good.
Are
you ready for
Yes,
garlic is in that?
This is like the best party I've ever been to. So this is
This is Hoda every morning eating
an orange. I saw her eating oranges.
Yeah.
So this is a tricolore salad, and we need orange. So this is the way to peel an orange really quickly. You want to take all the white pith off. Who thought of the word pith?
Right.
It's such a terrible word.
That's right.
Just like that. Take the whole thing off.
So
just
pith
like
off.
this. Pith off. And then And then you want a vegetable or fruit. You want a really solid when it's round. You want a solid side so it doesn't rock around. And then you just put it right on top of the salad.
Right.
How's that?
All right.
And you can even taste it. And a little orange vinaigrette on it.
Very nice.
It's got arugula. It's got radicchio. It's got orange. That's really good salad.
Delicious.
It's good winter salad.
I like it.
Because everything's available. Am I going on to my my next student?
We're moving on. We're moving on to cauliflower, which I feel like just gets all over.
So
when
we
you
make
try to cut it.
cauliflower toast, which is so good. So everybody cuts cauliflower through the top, which gets it all over your kitchen. What you want to do is turn it over and cut the florets, cut the core out, just like that.
Right around.
And look how the florets fall. And then you don't end up with florets that have a cut mark. You end up with florets that are completely round.
And then do you cut them or do you break them?
You can break them, you can cut them, you can do it. These are hard, so cut them just the core. And you end up with lots of florets. How's that?
Awesome. That's easy enough. Looks awesome. And what did you add cheese?
We had cheese and toast, and why don't you try one?
I'm definitely trying one. Hoda and I were trying to be classy and not try it while you were doing everything else.
You know, I think if people know how to do things like a pro, just a little tip, so that they feel confident and they know what they're doing, I think it makes making a recipe so much easier.
And if someone walks in while you're preparing it, they think,
look like,
she knows what she's doing.
Ina, come on down. Come on down,
I'm a little nervous about Hoda because I understand she's dangerous with
Okay, so this is the smaller one.
The smaller one. That one's yours.
Okay. So what do you do?
Acorn squash is really hard.
Squash.
Acorn squash with maple syrup, which is great.
What do you, look how you're holding it, honestly.
Keep your hands out of the way.
I just watched Halloween.
And just go straight in. Straight in like that. Keep your hands out of the way.
Pretend you're Jamie Lee Curtis.
And then this is unlikely what you do. You bang it on the board until it cracks.
My
and then you go all the way through.
The police.
Look at that.
Wait, how did that? Okay.
Just keep going.
Keep going?
Yep. That's it. Yeah!
Awesome.
And that's how you get it all over your kitchen.
But that's pretty cool.
Isn't that great?
And then what did you do here?
We have maple syrup and butter.
Okay, this looks heavenly.
How awful is that?
Stop it.
Right?
Oh, my God.
I love feeding Hoda.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that good? And it's so simple.
Oh, my God.
Hoda station is a crime scene.
It's a good dessert.
Our mouths are all full.
I know, that is awesome.
It was so good, we want you to come back tomorrow.
Okay.
She'll be back
I think
tomorrow.
I'm free.
New set of tips. You can also find them on our website as well, today.com/food. And for more on Ina's newest book, by the way, head to today.com/shop.
This is insane.
We're back in a moment.
We are back with Today Food, and how lucky are we? For the second day in a row, the wonderful Ina Garten is here. Her newest cookbook, Cook Like a Pro, is filled with tips to turn any home, and you can turn us into cook experts just like that. We've got Ina with us. Yesterday, you showed us how to slice, chop, and peel like a pro. This morning, 5 more tips, including a bonus one that's not in her book. Hi.
I'm so happy to be here.
I'm so happy to be here with you. So tell us, if you were to pick 5 gadgets that you think everybody should have in their kitchen, what would those be?
Well, I'd say they would be good knives.
Okay.
Half sheet pans.
Yep.
Saute pans.
Yeah.
Maybe a Dutch oven.
Yeah.
And what's the 5th? I think a zester.
A zester?
Zest a lot.
Okay.
How's that?
All right. Awesome. So we're going to get some hacks going, and we're starting.
First thing is cocktails. Of course, you have to start with a cocktail, right? Because it's
the most
early in the
important
morning.
meal of the day.
So the first thing is when these are daiquiris, and the first thing you need to do is start shaking this because it takes 30 seconds to get it right.
Okay.
It has to be diluted a little. 30 seconds.
Okay.
So start shaking.
Okay. And I will.
It's good. Exactly.
Okay. So juicing a lime, Miss Guthrie. Pay attention.
So juicing lime. The first thing you want to do is roll it, so it really releases the juices. And a room temperature lime has more juice than cold lime, so leave them out. Right? Okay.
And should the skin be thin?
Are you still shaking over there?
Yeah. Sorry. If the skin is thin, is it better?
Well, you get more lime, so that's good. So I'm just going to make this for garnish for the cocktail. So I think you're good. You want to pour those two? Don't we all need a cocktail?
And then how do you what's the proper way to juice a lime?
To juice a lime, well, you can use a juicer or you can use this reamer and just juice it. Well, I cut it the wrong way, but yeah, you can just juice it that way. Yep.
Okay. How come limes don't
we
have
have some
seeds?
perfectly cut limes right here.
Okay.
And we need one more, I think.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
No, and
I'll take care of that.
You need 2, right?
Yes, I do.
And you want to pour one more.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks,
everybody, like a daiquiri,
right.
just
Who
what you're
doesn't?
hoping for breakfast.
Yes. All right, perfect. Thank you,
Daiquiri
Ina.
worked hard this morning.
Okay, we'll
That's
pass them
yours.
down. Thank
Okay,
you.
we'll pass
I think
them
it's
down.
All right,
medicinal.
Al,
Yes.
you're going to help Al out with some shavings?
That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so the next
If you're-
thing we
it's
have. Well, that was fun.
Yeah,
you
thank
can
you.
continue
Okay,
drinking
you know I
daiquiri.
will.
How do you shave chocolate? I've always wondered
Okay,
about
so
that.
what you do is you take a piece of chocolate and you put it in the microwave for 15 seconds.
Oh, to kind
so
of
it
soften it up?
softens it a little bit. And then what you do is you just run a vegetable peeler down just like that. And you get really pretty shavings just like that. Isn't that gorgeous?
Simple. That's fantastic.
And
How do
so
you
I made
not make
chocolate
it melt?
pecan meringue tort. So it's meringue, chocolate pecan, meringue, and whipped cream. And you put the chocolate shavings right on top.
Look at that.
And I think you need to taste
beautiful.
that, don't you?
I
Just
think
to make
the
sure
whole
it's
thing. Just to
okay.
make sure.
I mean, you
Yes,
never know.
to
It might not be that good.
Oh, no, it's good.
It's good.
Oh,
Okay.
it's good.
We nailed it.
Bang.
Figured you would.
Okay, next.
Eggplant.
Okay, we're
Eggplant.
chopping
going from chocolate to
vegetables.
eggplant.
Yes.
So, you know, the thing about a round vegetable that's really hard is how do you cut something that's rolling around?
It's rolling all over.
So what you always do is cut it in half, and then you have a flat surface.
Okay.
And now you won't hurt yourself. So I want to, this is tomato and eggplant soup, and I need eggplant that's cut in a 1-inch dice.
Okay.
Which is
So
big.
So you don't have to peel eggplant.
You don't always have to peel it.
Okay.
You have to
And
salt it ahead of time, Ina?
Sometimes you do, but not for this.
Okay.
And what I do is I keep the end of it together so it doesn't fly all over the kitchen. So you just do big 1-inch dice like that.
Oh, that's
Great
easy.
tip.
And then,
Nice.
and then you've got a great 1-inch dice. I've got lots of it. So
She makes it look so easy.
Yes. What did you make with the eggplant?
it's a soup for
I was waiting for Ina
Okay,
to feed
great.
me. Darn, now I missed my chance.
So this is actually great because it's tomato and eggplant soup, which is really good. But then the leftovers you can mix with pasta and bake the next day. So
Oh,
it
my
becomes a
goodness.
pasta sauce.
Is
You
there
get
a
2 dinners for
sausage in
one.
here or something?
No, and it's all vegetarian.
Wow, that's amazing. There's so much
Thank you.
flavor
I'm
in
so
there.
glad you like it.
Let's-
It's really good with
let's-
daiquiris.
Let's work on this.
Don't cry.
Wow.
A man with a big knife. I'm really in trouble here.
Yesterday I saw you hold it like this.
I know. You won't be doing that. Not with an onion. So an onion. So what we have is we have short ribs hash, which is
Yes.
just so good
Short
for
rib
breakfast.
anything, yes.
And the same thing with the onion. So we need to slice it. So you cut it in half, cut off the ends, and then just slice it really thinly that way. And if you keep the end together, it's really easy to do. But again, it's a flat surface, so it's not rolling around. A lot of people try and
What about when you dice it? That's where my onion all falls apart.
so this is what you leave the end together. So you keep your hand up like that. Just dice it that way, and then it
Sharp
doesn't.
knife helps too.
A sharp knife does help.
And then you just go right back on top.
And then you just go right like
that's good.
that. So you have good diced onion.
That's easy.
And then you dice that last part.
I'm gonna taste
How's that?
So
see
now-
if it's any good.
Okay.
It's so good.
Wait, let me steal you because now we have eggs.
Okay,
which we're
this
going
is-
to add to this, and this is a bonus tip.
So this is the key about eggs.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have very fresh eggs,
Yes.
you can't peel them.
You mean fresh just out of the water or just
No,
fresh
just
in general?
fresh in general.
Okay.
You want to have eggs that are like a week or two old.
Really?
And they're much easier to peel. So take
Okay.
an egg. I'll show
Yeah.
you how to peel it.
Yeah.
So these are soft. I think these are soft-boiled eggs.
Yeah.
So you crack it on one side.
Oh, from the top.
Crack it on the other side.
Oh.
And then roll it.
Oh.
And then roll it so it gets really crackly.
Yes.
And it's really easy to peel.
Oh, that's
And
a
I
good
say that, and
tip.
every once in a while it's not really easy to peel. So,
but
but
this
see,
is
it comes
right.
off just like that. No, these are actually.
Wow, that's really
Doesn't it
cool.
come off
Yes,
really
it
easily?
really does.
Instead of fighting with eggs, it's just the
Yes.
worst.
Ina, you're the best. We're going to have all your tips for yesterday and today on
Thank
today.com.
Well done.
Yay!
And
Did
you
it.
can learn more about the book. The book is called Cook Like a Pro, today.com/shop. We're back in a moment. But first, this is Today on NBC.
Thank you, Ina.
I want to try that hat.
That was good. I didn't know that at all.
Well, I mean, I need the recipe.
Guys, for the past 7 months, Ina Garten has been hanging out in her home on Long Island, and you can probably guess what she's been doing to keep herself busy.
Cooking up a storm, of course, and many of those recipes ended up in her latest cookbook, Modern Comfort Food. And Ina had just one taste tester, her husband of 51 years, Jeffrey, of course.
Ina, first of all, we love you, and it's good to see you.
Hi,
So good
Ina.
to see you too. I wish we were together.
We miss you, and we miss your food, and we love the
thank you.
idea. I mean, we need comfort food
Yes.
now more than ever. We love this idea of
How was my
modern
timing?
Right, perfect timing, and also I basically wanted to be you
Yes.
during quarantine. I wanted to learn to be you. I wanted to cook. like you
Oh,
do. For,
Jenna, thank you.
But I didn't. But you
Be
wrote a
careful what you
cookbook.
wish for.
You wrote a cookbook in this time.
Well, you know, I wrote it, I started it 2 years ago, and I knew the election was going to be a month away, and I knew no matter what side of the aisle you were on, you were going to be stressed out. But who knew what was going to happen now? I mean, it's crazy.
It is crazy. You've been, you know what?
It's just layers of stress.
Now, so wait, so here you are. You've been in quarantine, obviously. You've been in your home. You still got your show, obviously, the Barefoot Contessa. So logistically,
I finished filming it yesterday.
Okay, so how did it all go down? What was a typical day like in your house?
I did it by myself. When I had to film something, I would do my hair, I'd do my makeup, then I'd come in and set up, I'd prep the food, I'd set the plates, I'd set the mic, I'd set the lighting, it was insane, the cameras. I did it all with 2 iPhones.
A one-man band.
Wow.
I would do an entire thing and go, I forgot to turn the mic on. Or I turned the mic on and the battery was dead. It was always something.
Oh, look at you. We're watching you in action.
That's before hair and makeup.
One of the things we have loved doing over the last 6 months is being in people's homes.
Yes.
This is your kitchen. I'm sure
interesting, isn't it?
Right? We get to see everything. I know you've spent a lot of time in here. Do you mind showing us around a little bit?
Oh, I'd love to. Let me get the iPad and I'll give you a little tour. How's
Okay.
that? Okay. Wait a second.
Okay, there she goes.
Talk among yourselves.
Okay. Look at.
I know, it's already beautiful, Ina.
Yes.
So let me see if I can pick up the iPad and walk around with it.
Okay.
So when I'm designing a kitchen, I think about setting the refrigerator, the stove.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can. Oh, I've got my finger over it. That's good.
It's okay. Oh, look how beautiful it is with the beams.
I think of setting the stove, the sink, and the refrigerator in a triangle so that you can move around really well. Let me see if I can switch this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you like
that?
So we're getting ready to do the charcuterie plate right there.
Yeah, we're going to make that a little later.
I've got the stove, the refrigerator, and the sink. And they're really close together, but they also have a lot of workspace in between. And I always like the sink to have a really nice view. So there's a view out to the garden, which is nice.
Beautiful.
Oh, which is where you gather with friends, because you said you were tired of being kind of shut in.
It's wonderful. And also everything is kind of out on the counter, but in a neat way. So I've got all the utensils and spoons. I have like silver spoons for tasting and for stirring.
Lemons.
And whatever ingredients can just sit out. And knives, and then a cooktop, so I have that too.
Ina,
So
you have been ordering pizza and ordering in, which gives us all gives us all a little bit more room to say, okay, we don't have to cook every single night.
You know, let me set this back.
Okay.
What happened was, at some point, I just couldn't do it anymore.
Yes.
I thought, I can't cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner and still get my work done. So I said to Jeffrey, we have to do takeout. And it just changed my life. It was great. And also, then I started doing parties outside.
Yes.
And, you know, sometimes you can just do pizza outside. It's just great.
I think it's brilliant.
And you see your friends and you have a good time and you're socially distanced. And it's so satisfying.
We're going to take
I still want to hug them, though, don't you?
I know. We're missing that.
We want to hug you. We miss you.
We'll just take a quick break, Ina. We're going to be back, and you're going to give us some lessons in hosting. We also have some questions from some of our viewers right after this.
Oh, love to.
We are back with the Barefoot Contessa, Ina Garten, whose new cookbook, Modern Comfort Food, is just perfect for a comfy, cozy show.
What are you whipping up? You got a meat and cheese board for us?
Yeah, I thought we'd do, you can go into your pantry and see what you have. Happily, somebody sent me a gorgeous gift basket of cheese and meat, so I had some things. And when I do it, I always like something right in the middle as a block, and then I put things around, and then colorful things like apricots. So I've got 2 different cheeses, one creamy, one blue. I think very often people put like apricots everywhere, and then they put figs everywhere. But you want to do blocks of color, and then it'll look really gorgeous.
I love that you say you don't even have to leave the house.
Yes.
Just use what you have.
And by the
Well,
way,
I just got lucky because I had these gorgeous cheeses, and I thought it'd be really nice to do this board.
and
And strawberries.
Oh, I love this. We should say that your book is chock full of the best comfort food recipes, including some basics like grilled cheese and tomato soup and some great things. It's a book that's definitely worth buying. You have millions of fans, and some of them have some questions for you. Okay, are you ready to answer them?
Okay, I'm ready for them.
All right.
Okay, here is a question.
I know if I was hosting my dream dinner party, you would be at the top of my list. Who would have a seat at your table?
Who would I like to have at my table? Well, you, for starters. Jenna and Hoda.
Oh, we can't wait to
let's
come.
see.
Who else?
My two dream guests would be, I would say, Taylor Swift, if she would come for dinner, and Jeffrey. How's that? And then we'd have a really good time.
Well, will you send our love to Jeffrey? Is he there this morning?
I will. He is. He's teaching class at Yale right now.
Oh, of course
by
he is.
Zoom.
Of course he is. Well, we are sending you so much love and
sending you love.
Thank you for dropping in.
Have a wonderful time.
Thanks,
Do
Ina.
not forget to check out Ina's book. It is called Modern Comfort Food. You can go to today.com/shop.
Boy, her timing is perfect on this book.